I got to call Anonymous. So let me tell you what happened. We've got these little crap-stained kids, right, that are just nasty in my neighborhood. And I've seen them a couple of times, and I saw them get into an altercation with a neighbor. And Michelle knows this because this has come up, that I'm walking about 30 miles a week in my neighborhood. That is a lot. So I see a lot of stuff, and I walk different times. I walk, for instance, on Saturday morning, I was out at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I did 5-mile walk. Yesterday, Sunday, Easter Sunday, Michelle, what time did I go out for my walk last night?
9 o'clock?
Yeah, I was out like at 9 o'clock. I didn't get back. I got back at 10 o'clock last night. So I did a late walk last night. Did a 3-miler last night, 5-mile. So I see a lot. I get a direct message from an MJ Morning Show listener who has asked to remain anonymous and had a run-in with a couple of kids in the neighborhood at a 4-way stop in my neighborhood. And this person listening to the show knows that I do a lot of walking and asked me via direct message on my Instagram at Certified MJ Radio, asked me if I ever had any encounters with the kids she's describing. And when I saw the message, I'm like, holy crap. It's the redhead and the dark-haired little troll bitches.
Okay.
And, yeah, these kids are...
Do they live in the neighborhood?
I haven't seen them like where they might live, but they're somewhere nearby. And they race through the neighborhood on motorized bikes, and they fly. All right, hold on a minute. Let me get Anonymous on the line. And the minute I heard her story via the direct message, I'm like, oh, yeah, it sounds like them. All right. All right, let me get Anonymous on the line. Did I dial correctly? It looks like I did. And I'm protecting the caller's identity because she's terrified that these kids will hunt her down.
Hello?
Is this Anonymous MJ listener with the kid problem in the hood?
This is me.
All right, I'm going to keep your name. You've asked to remain anonymous.
Okay.
I believe that I had some experiences, and I've observed these kids. All right, tell me exactly what happened to you. And this is a whole parenting issue, and I want to take this a little deeper. And once you hear Anonymous' story, and then you hear what I saw these kids do, then I've got a question about the parenting. All right, go ahead, Anonymous. What happened?
Okay, so I was leaving the neighborhood.
All right, don't be specific on streets, but there's a 4-way stop,
Okay.
Correct?
Yeah, there's actually a 2-way stop and then a 4-way stop.
Gotcha.
And a couple of streets in between.
Okay.
And I was at the 2-way stop.
Yep.
And the other cars cleared the way. I was clear to go. I was at the stop sign, and I didn't see anybody. And then I crossed, went through the stop sign. The kid flew behind me and called me, you stupid, B-I-T-C-H.
They hold on. They're behind you. They raced
They crossed behind me. There's no way that I was even close to them. They went right behind me, but they flew. And my first thing was, man, I need to go find these kids and tell them that they could get hurt.
All right. So they passed by you. You were stopped. They were behind you. So
no, they were. So I was going, let's say, north and south, and they were going east and west.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
So they were going.
All right. It was your turn to go. You go, and they're racing with no regard, and they yell at you, "Stupid bitch."
Yep. And then I, I thought about going to them and finding them. Excuse me, let me shut the door for this dog.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably
and
best.
confronting them.
Yeah.
But then I went to the next stop sign, the 4-way stop sign. Again, the cars had to clear because there was cars there first.
Right.
When it was time for me to turn left to go the back way out. About the second house. Of course, I was only probably going like 15, 20 miles per hour.
Right.
I go very slow through there, respect. And I seen them zooming up behind me, and one came to each side of my window. So I didn't know if they were horsing around to try to, crash into my car or throw something at me. So I just stopped my car in the middle of the road.
All right, let me tell you what's going on here. And I am almost, because I asked you and I said, did one of the kids have red hair and did one of the kids have dark hair? And you've confirmed that these are the kids. Then I asked you, were they about maybe 14 or 15 years old? And then you DM me back on my Instagram at Certified MJ Radio. You said, yup. That's them.
Yep,
and
that's them.
the minute you said the kids racing on these motorized scooters and then the vile words that were flung at you, I'm like, oh, man, it's them. It's frickin' frack or whatever. I have no idea what their names are. But let me tell you what I observed. This is a couple of months ago, and they were in Beach Park area, South Tampa, off West Shore. They were driving across people's lawns in my neighborhood. I mean, just driving straight across people's lawns. And a neighbor on a corner house, they drove right across their lawn to cut a corner. And I'm not talking like 2 feet in from the street. I'm talking about they were 20 feet in on the lawn, just driving right across it to cut a corner where they were turning right. And the neighbor yells, hey, what are you? It was almost like, get off my lawn. And the neighbor yells, and I'm walking, and I hear the kids yell, F you. One of the kids yelled, eat my ass. And then, and then flip. I mean, double. This time, I think you saw them on 2 separate bikes. The time that I saw them, I think the redhead was driving the motorized bike, and the kid with the black hair or the dark hair was riding on the back, and flipped around and double barreled, and they're cursing at the guy whose lawn they just drove across. I've seen them several times. I've also seen them flying on the sidewalk on West Shore Boulevard.
I believe it.
You're doing 40 miles an hour, and if there's a pedestrian, they're going to mow them over. So, my question is, the reason why I'm bringing this up is these kids are, total menaces, and they are rude little kids. They're vile little maggots. They're little bastards. These guys are virus turds. Mom should have had her tubes tied on both these kids, all right?
I agree.
All right, so my question is, do you think the parents are enabling their behavior? Do you think Michelle, do you think the parents, if you were to guess, do you think the parents have any idea that these 2 kids are like terrorizing the neighborhood on the motorized scooter, yelling at listeners like Anonymous here, and I witnessed them, rip a guy a new one after they cut across his lawn? Do you think the parents are aware of their kids' behavior? Do they have any idea how foul and nasty their kids are?
I would have to say yes, because I don't think that kids act that much differently, with like in different circumstances. They're not going to go home and be like, yes, sir, no, sir, and then be out there shouting that stuff. I mean, there's a degree of difference, but it's not that different.
They could be just regular bratty kids at home, and then they're hellions as soon as they leave their parents' eyesight.
Oh, they're vile. They are just,
they're just showing such disregard for, other people's property and just so disrespectful. I just can't imagine that they are not to some degree that way in their own home.
I got to share this. And Anonymous, hopefully you don't mind, but you are anonymous. People don't know who you are. But in our direct message exchange on Instagram, you wrote to me that it was a good thing you were on your meds because you might have run them over.
It's possible.
All right, so
I heard everybody in that neighborhood's on their meds.
I'm glad you took your meds. All right.
All right. So MJ, what are we gonna do here?
No,
listen, we gonna set up stop sticks?
No, I'm just.
Are we gonna wait? Are you gonna use me as a bait car driving through your neighborhood, looking to engage these kids, and then just pit maneuver them right into the bushes?
I'm just.
I'll help you, Fester.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah. So just a warning for West Shore area, Beach Park in South Tampa. Yeah, there were the 2 kids, a redheaded kid and a dark-haired kid. And sometimes I guess they're riding separate motorized scooters. Other times they're riding together, and they are nasty little bitches. All right. So, hey, Anonymous, thanks for checking. Oh, look at the phone. We have phones are ringing here. All right. Thank you, Anonymous. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right. Have a good one. Glad she was on her meds because she might have run the kids over.
So is she.
Oh, man. But that was just sort of an ancillary offshoot question was, do the parents know? A lot of times, the old expression, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So a lot of times parents are enablers.
I don't know. I mean, I think that's the age where kind of some dumb boys try to see how far they can push things.
Anyone else in South Tampa? Anyone in Beach Park along West Shore? Anyone know who I'm talking about? 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047 is how you get in. How about Cheryl in St. Pete? Cheryl, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, yes. I work in Seminole City Center at the businesses there, and we've got a group of probably about 8 that come in different combinations. They ride the electric bikes in the stores. They scream and cuss and just pants the mannequins and just terrorize the shopping center. We are working with the community police to get them trespassed from the whole center. Summer hasn't even started, and this is a problem already.
Most kids are good. I mean, most kids, they know right from wrong. I think they're decent individuals. Why are you shaking your head? No.
You don't even know many kids. What are you going to say? Most kids are good.
Most kids are not vile turds like the kids that are terrorizing motorists and people in South Tampa. All right, most kids are good. They're well behaved, but you do have some really, nasty kids that are most likely to end up in jail or prison for something.
I think the parents are like, okay, go, get out of the house, go. And they just don't know what they're doing. I mean, as long as you're not bothering me, I'm here at home doing what I need to do. Go take care of yourself.
Yeah,
right. Like, get out of my hair.
Think about it. When you went out with your friends,
we didn't
your
terrorize.
folks,
we weren't nasty kids.
Okay, right. But your folks had no idea what you were doing. And then you get back, your mom says something like, "How's your day, Todd?" "Oh, it's fine, Mom." "What'd you do?" "Nothing."
We didn't terrorize people. We didn't act like nasty, delinquents just trying to, ruin people's days,
Yeah, we were playing at certain kids' houses or, within like the neighborhood there. We weren't
I understand.
all over terrorizing.
I know you guys are delinquents. However, these delinquents, their parents have no idea what they're doing.
All right, thanks for the call,
Exactly.
Cheryl. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
All right. Just heads up. When this woman, because she knows that the anonymous person is a regular listener who lives in the neighborhood and has heard me talk about how often I walk and asked, "Hey, have you ever seen these?" And I'm like, "Yep." So that's where that came from.
Whoa.
All right, let me go back to phones here.
Okay, what are we talking about?
Well, I think this has to do with the maniac kids. Michelle in Trinity. Hi, Michelle. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Welcome.
Hey, guys. So I don't think that it's an issue with the parents not knowing. And here in our neighborhood, I live in Villages of Trinity. We have this kid. He's a teenager. He drives like a complete ass through the neighborhood. It's intentional. He's been called out on it multiple times. We have a Facebook page for the neighborhood. People mention it in there all the time, mention it by his name, by his car description. He'll go past kids playing in their driveway and like squeal the tires to scare them on purpose.
Yeah.
So we call him out all the time, and his mom is on there as well. And the problem is she defends him. She has told every single one of us that we're exaggerating what he does and that he isn't doing these things.
Gotcha.
So I don't necessarily think it's that the parents don't know what's going on. It's that they don't believe anything anybody's saying, that they think their children are these perfectly innocent little creatures.
Yeah, listen, there's another kid that's in our neighborhood with fast cars, loud exhaust, and he has, he's menaced numerous people in our neighborhood, and the father seems to enable the kid's behavior. So, there's nothing you can do, I guess. Thank you, Michelle. No. I appreciate it. Dawn is in Tampa. Dawn, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Yes.
Yes, the parents absolutely do know how rotten their little bastards are, okay? My daughter works at a coffee shop, and she had some kids that were in. They were around 12, 13 years old, no parents,
right?
Okay?
Yep.
Badly behaved, and she told them they had to leave because of their behavior, screaming, hollering. It was unacceptable. It's a place of business. They were told to leave. Well, the father shows up, okay, acts like a jerk. And my daughter's trying to explain why she had his daughter and her friends leave. He starts saying nasty things to my daughter, that she's ugly, she's stupid, she's a fucking loser.
Whoa, hold on a minute.
You were doing
hold
so
on.
good, Dawn.
Hold on. Yeah, I had to dump your F-bomb, okay?
Yeah, Dawn.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, we
Sorry about that.
yeah, you
All
can't.
right.
All right, so,
Let's-
all right, so, all right, so
we're-
what?
we're
all
just
right,
calm
all right,
down for a
what?
second.
What Dawn just said will remain on the stream. So if you're listening to streaming,
My apologies.
yeah, that didn't get dumped. If you're watching MJTV now or later, Dawn's profanity will remain, but I did have to remove it from the federally licensed 104.7 FM broadcast frequency.
We're going to be working
right.
in the coffee
So-
shop with
so-
your kid. You keep that
All
up,
right,
Dawn.
so Dawn, I had to dump that.
Well, these are the things this guy said to my daughter.
Okay,
all
She
right.
was stupid. She
All
was
right, don't say it
Okay,
again. All right,
Stop
all
it.
right.
Just stop.
Yeah.
Dawn, we get it.
All right.
Whatever happened, did she call
And-
police on the dad, or was there ever law enforcement
Well,
involved?
my daughter had called the police, had them trespassed, but this is the behavior. This guy said about how he was rich and she was a loser and she'd
Okay, we
always
get
be
it. We-
there at
okay.
a coffee shop. And I mean, he knew what his kids did. And the parent is just the same example.
Mm-hmm.
If my kid was out doing stuff like that and I found out about it,
Oh, you'd strangle him.
he would be answering to me,
Yeah.
not the cops, not the neighbors.
Yeah.
If your kid
The
called a
neighbors
radio
would be
show,
applauding me for stopping my kid.
yeah, Dawn, your kid calls
My
a
kid
radio
will
show,
tell
starts
you
cursing.
the person she's
All right, she
afraid
can't
of
hear
is me.
Dawn,
right.
Dawn.
Dawn, listen, this clearly has
This
worked
is-
you up.
this is
I
off
get
the
it.
rails.
Listen, you're being a mother protecting your daughter. I mean, clearly this has affected you. How your daughter was verbally attacked by these turds.
No, but by the father.
By the father.
Yeah.
The father
By
of the
the
turds.
parent. The parent.
Okay.
The
Well, no-
parents know
Well,
what
no,
the
it's the kids.
We
and-
can-
Yes, the
The-
father
the-
came in and
yes,
spoke to the daughter
the-
like that, and
the-
that's what she's saying. The father is modeling that
Right,
behavior for
right.
the kids.
But
So the
it-
kids are behaving exactly
but it's-
like the parent.
It's the kids and the father. And that's a case where
Yes.
the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Dawn,
So,
thank you, Dawn.
Absolutely.
Dawn, thank you very much.
Have a lovely day.
Have a great day.
What I was saying was both. The kids are nasty, but guess what? The kid got it from the father.
Am I the only one who's exhausted after that
Wow.
call?
All right.
Yeah.
All right, let me grab two more here. And then I have to go back to the Easter story.
All right, get back to Easter.
All right. Sandy in Carrollwood. Sandy, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey guys, thank you for having me.
Yep, go ahead.
So I want to say it was a couple of months ago that my husband and I are just in our apartment, minding our own business. He's working, I'm watching TV, and we just hear banging on our door. We thought somebody was trying to break in. And so good thing we have a Ring doorbell, and we check, and it's these two pesky kids just going from door to door, kicking people's doors.
Mm.
Oh,
And
they're trying to
we-
do
we-
that stupid TikTok kick in the door challenge. That's what they were
Sounds
probably.
like it.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. For the last couple of years.
How recently was this, Sandy?
Yeah.
It was about a couple months ago, probably.
Yeah, because we talked about this starting a couple of years ago, it feels like.
Yeah, I
where-
think we talked about the TikTok idiot kicking people's doors challenge. I think we started talking about that like 3 or 4 years ago, actually. You know
all
what?
right, so-
You know what else? There's also the Kool-Aid challenge where the kids are like running through people's fences, like the Kool-Aid man. Hey, Kool-Aid! Oh yeah! And they're smashing through people's fences like the Kool-Aid man. That's having a resurgence now too.
Mm.
So, but anyway, so like, the type of person I am, I would have loved to just go and chase them and, just tell them off. But, the type of person my husband is, the kind of quiet, shy guy, surprisingly, he just like blew his lid and he stood up, ran out that door, and he went to follow where they were going.
Mm.
We figured they must be kids in the neighborhood because
Yeah.
we're in an apartment complex.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys were the victim of the old TikTok-inspired kick-in neighborhood doors challenge where late at night, what time of night was this?
Had to have been 9 o'clock.
Yeah, see, that's what it is. It's after dark that this happens, and yeah, that's a good way to get shot. Hey, Sandy, thanks for the call. All right, one more here. Wendy is next. Wendy, last call on this. Go ahead.
Okay, when I was a kid, I had our family's like we all lived in a small town. The like second or third cousin was an idiot. He drove this sports car, drove this Mustang crazily. Well, one day he's driving down the road. There's all these little signs telling him watch for kids. He drove down the road, and I'm babysitting this little girl, and she's getting ready. We're looking. We kind of look both ways. She's getting ready to cross the road. He comes barreling down the road. Almost hits her. I went out to grab her. My Irish setter runs out between me and the car. This kid broke the Irish setter's leg, bruised me on the entire entire left side, and the little girl ended up. Luckily, the worst she got was a couple of scrapes when he hit me because he hit the dog. Even trying to slow down, he hit the dog, and the dog. You know, I don't know if you've ever seen an Irish setter. They're pretty decent size. Yeah. But
yes, I have seen an Irish setter. They're not that rare.
And well, no, I'm just saying. Most people don't know where an Irish setter is.
Yeah, they do.
It's a big dog.
Yeah.
It's a
shaggy red lab. I got to wrap this up, but did the cops get involved?
No, but my mother went down and ripped her cousin a new butthole. About his son.
Yeah.
Very colorful stuff today. Wendy, thank you for sharing.
Yep.
All right. Listen, I maintain that most kids are good, but you've got a bunch of nasty, foul delinquents that hey, listen, even roam my neighborhood. Hope you liked the video. If you did, then hit the like, share, subscribe, all this crap down here.